Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulil Karim amma ba'd. In this session, we are going to talk about stress. Everyone gets stressed, right? It's part of life. It seems like life is so fast. It's moving so fast. It was just the other day, it seemed like the year started. Now it's almost end of November, getting into December. The end of it's we our work, our family, especially the in-laws, the school, living situations, finances, bills, health, you name it. Life is so fast, and it brings so many issues into it that we feel stressed. This is part of it. How do you get rid of stress and how do you work on it is one of the key. uh, uh, Before we go into that, let's talk a little bit about what the wrongful stress leads up to. It leads into, when the expectations are not met, leads into frustration. It leads into situations which are bad. It's the stress that sometimes you are stressed at work, you bring it home, take it out on your wife and your children, or you're stressed in the school, come back home, or take it out on your friends. Being so every age, even these days, the computer is not working, the phone is ringing off the hook, you name it. These are so many things that leads into a stressful situation in these days. And because of our lifestyle, because of the way we live, because of it causes a issues on so many things. Uh, People uh, respond to stress in different ways. Physically, some of them they start to gain weight, they eat a lot, or the opposite might happen that they can't sleep, they lose weight, they might have unexpected hair loss. The people even because of high stress jobs, people have heart problems or other health issues, blood pressure, and so on and so forth. So externally, this is what happens. It also have a very effect. Whatever, different people are affected in different ways on emotionally. For example, there are mood swings, the anxiety can lead to depression, can lead to lead into unhealthy living style. For example, some of the people, even among Muslims, they start to resort to drinking or drugs, or even bad acts like shameful acts like pornography and whatnot. That's where they find the wrongful relaxation for them. The question I'm gonna put at this point is all stress bad? Not really. Up to a certain extent, actually, stress might be good. For those of people who have nothing to do, they have no stress, they have no fear, they have nothing. They actually get bored, and then it leads them into a life which is not very productive. So too little stress is not good either. It leads to boredom. Moderate stress is actually good. Many of the people, they excel themselves when they are on a deadline. They excel themselves and they work very good. They perform very well when and efficiently when the situation prompts them to do it. However, excessive stress is something which needs to be looked at and need to be addressed. So, how do you manage stress? What are some of the sources of, you know, number one, I find is uh, Quranic recitation. Sit down, relax, and read the Quran in the best possible manner. That's number one. Number two is go make wudu and pray 2 rakah and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness as well as for relief from whatever the stressful situation is. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do listen. So no question about it. Number three is some body relaxation techniques. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us go for a walk or do something that is uh, satisfactory to you. Exercise, walk, or even some people say listening to music or do yoga or read books. These are many, many techniques that are that you can do in terms of um, in terms of getting rid of stress. Also, planning your day is also a very helpful technique that we suggest. Many of us we are into procrastination. Procrastination is something that is um, leads to stressful situation not only for oneself who is procrastinating but also to the other family member. So do not procrastinate. If you have a big job, the best technique that we say is to break it into smaller segments, manageable segments, and then achieve those segments or smaller sections and accomplish that. That is very that's a good technique to have set up goals for yourself and have realistic goals and whatever and remember it's in your control. Stress relief is in your control. You are the one who can control it. And so this is um, only a part of the managing stress that we talk about in our program. We actually have a full-fledged program called Relax, Alternative to Stress and Anger. Inshallah, hopefully, if get an opportunity, we will be able to deliver it if your community is in need for it. Uh, I hope and pray that all of you who are listening will manage your stress in a most productive and positive way. Let's conclude here. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.